Everyone thinks racing is expensive or is impossible to get into late. I was 17 when I started, now I'm 21, and I still walk into new forms of motorsport without knowing what to expect. So if you ever thought to yourself, you don't know where to start, or that you might have missed your shot, this is for you. In this new series, I tried different forms of motorsport, not as a beginner pretending to know everything, and not as a pro, but also someone who started late and wants to make things clearer for everyone else. I've raced gas karts locally and internationally. I've also raced formula cars. And now I'm currently racing touring cars. But today, I'm going to try something I've never competitively raced before. Electric go-karts! Today we're at two indoor electric kart tracks, but we're not here to rank or compare these two tracks. We're here to see if electric karting is worth your time and money if you want to get into racing. This is EKartraceway. Getting into any new form of motorsport is always nerve-wracking. Heck, even I still feel it. Just because you've raced before, it doesn't mean that feeling goes away. And that's completely normal. This is where electric karting surprised me. The karts may be slower, the track may be smaller, but you still feel the pressure, you still feel the mistakes, and you still have to think 5 steps ahead. That feeling I have when I drive gas cars, formula cars, or even touring cars, I still get here. I always need to feel that I have to chase that perfect lap. A lot of skills you learn from e-karting actually transfer into different forms of motorsport. You learn how to look ahead and not just react, how to be consistent lap after lap, how to make split-second decisions without affecting you or other drivers on the track, and how to actually think about what you're doing so that you can improve lap after lap. These are a lot of things beginners struggle with, especially when jumping straight into faster karts or cars. E-karting teaches you the racecraft without having the risk or cost of having to spend so much just to be able to try something. But just because it isn't yours, it doesn't mean you can go out and start wrecking their cars. This is Drift Motorspeedway. Starting out, your main focus shouldn't be the times. It should be the fact that you're learning how to be on the track, how to not impede other drivers, how to stay calm, and how to slowly improve lap after lap. Don't think too much about the time, because the times, you'll be faster, it'll come naturally. The more you think about it, the more hard it is for you to attain the time that you want. If your goal is to compete and push yourself to the limit, that opportunity is very real here. A lot of these people moved up from electric go-karting into other forms of motorsport. But if your goal is to just figure out what you want to do, then this place is also for you. Both these tracks give you the opportunity to try racing without having to decide everything all at once. Is it cheap? No. But is it more affordable than buying a race car, a go-kart, or even going to track days? Yes. Now, is it actually cheap? Let's break it down. Please remember, before you guys comment, these are just estimates. You can budget as hard as you want and spend less, or you can spend a lot. This is just a realistic baseline. E-karting is simple. You show up, you drive, and then you leave. But you do have to pay 1,000 to 1,200 pesos per session, depending on which track you're going to. And they also have equipment that you can borrow, so that's one less thing you have to spend on. There's no ownership, no maintenance, no storage fees. No getting shocked with your mechanic telling you, oh, we need to buy this new part. Oh, it's faster. Oh, get this one. Both tracks offer karting academies that range from 10,000 to 15,000 pesos. They provide coaching, drills, and structure. So, kind of like school, but instead of getting a diploma, you get to drive really fast. So, let's add everything together. Let's say you'll do 5 practice sessions, which is 5,000 pesos. Then you'll join the academy, which is 15,000 pesos. And you'll spend a total of 20,000 pesos. Which to me is a pretty good deal considering you're spending half of what a racing helmet costs. And at the end of the day, you can just go home, go to bed, and not have to worry about your go-kart. Now let's talk about gas karting. Gas karting is more about ownership and responsibility compared to the electric go-karts. The chassis and engine alone cost 200,000 to 500,000 pesos. But before you can even drive your go-kart, you need to buy the safety equipment. First, you gotta buy the helmet, then the race suit, then the racing shoes, the racing gloves, balaclava, and the rear protector. And this is more or less gonna cost you 120,000 pesos. And they also have to be FIA approved, so you can't go buy random stuff. Now that we talked about the gear you have, now let's talk about the day-to-day expenses. Like first, the track fee, fuel, mechanic, and a coach, which is more or less going to run you 20,000 pesos. And that's still excluding the things that unexpectedly happen. And trust me, a lot of unexpected things happen in racing. This happened in my first year of 2-stroke go-karting. Now that you know what to buy, let's compute everything. Up front, you're going to be spending 300,000 to 600,000 pesos, and daily, more or less, you'll be spending 20,000 pesos, sometimes even more. And one thing I want you all to keep in mind, that racing is not a one-time purchase. You're gonna have to keep spending more and more the more you race. Electric karting won't make you a professional overnight, but it helps you get past that issue of not knowing where to start. Now this is just one entry point. In this series, I'm going to be trying different forms of motorsports in the Philippines and internationally, and break down which one actually makes sense depending on where you're at. I'll see you in the next one.